Hello, and this video is going to be a bit interesting because it's going to be me explaining a point I've seen rather than, well, what I normally do, which might be actually normal now that I think about it. So, anyway, this video is why we need more high-level official campaigns. There's more high-level campaigns in general. In D&D, I've run several games and played just as many. Well, I've run at least 30, so probably more. Mostly the former, run several mostly running games in the recent years because, problems. But the one thing I've noticed by the constant progress D has made is this one crucial flaw. Dungeons and Dragons has no campaigns that start at high levels, or even a variety that go to high levels. I mean, I wouldn't mind it as much if you could go to high levels, because I could just start at points in there, but I've seen one campaign that went to 20th level, and it was a dungeon crawl adventure. Those can be fun, I'm not denying it, but we had to stop at like 5 sessions in because my party was just not enjoying it. And yes, several campaigns start at 5th level or are commonly started at 3rd level. That's not what I'm talking about. Those are either sequel campaigns or they're campaigns where almost everyone agreed, yeah, let's just start at whatever level this is, rather than just do this ridiculously tough starter mission. We don't need to do anything about it anyways. My points are as follows. If the higher levels exist, why are we rarely allowed to achieve them with official content? For Asmodeus' sake, in Curse of Strahd, players only reached 9th level, if even. When I ran it, my players killed Strahd at 8th level. Quite embarrassing. And then I threw Baba Lysaga and her creeping hut at them, and right away, like as they were leaving the castle. And I was trying to make a tough encounter so that they would be like, oh man, should we just retire after this? Because that was the end of the campaign. Like, they won't get more adventuring once it's over, like, was that going to be their continuation? Like, we have slain Strahd, what do we do now? And I was trying to have like one last scare and a fun message for them. But I couldn't. They're too powerful, not least because of the Warlock. And that was just random little tangent there, but the thing is, I want to make it so that my party, cause they had to throw a bunch of artifacts at the party to make it so they could actually do this. They wouldn't have needed all those powerful, powerful artifacts if you had just let them level up more. Just let them start a high level or level up more, and voila, you're fine. And second point, D&D has levels 1 to 20. Allow players to have campaigns which start at levels 9 to 11, or even 17th level if you're feeling generous. Levels aren't the only way to level up. The DMG explains that. The Dungeon Master's Guide explains that. If you're going to just say it, don't just say it. Hold to it. Because I'm getting a little tired of having to make homebrew campaigns where players get to test out characters they've wanted out for a while. Figure out if it's a viable character design. Because they don't insist, but I want them to have a good time. It makes me happy to help them. And it would just be easier if I could just like run them through a campaign they've already done several times, so they know what to expect, but they still get to try out a character with something new, like new tools. As few D&D campaigns go to level 14 or higher, or in some cases level 10 or higher, you have to meet so few of the cool monsters in D&D, like astral dreadnoughts, unless you're running. Same with demon princes and archdelves, and dragons. Like, Dungeons and Dragons, I have met in my entire stint as a D&D player and DM, in the official games I played, 2 dragons that I actually got that there are 2 dragons I've actually met that I've actually got to fight, or that I got to run as encounters. There weren't bunch like run away, or we are so sorry, we're going to leave you be now. Literally, that was it. And there was another one that was really just them running away from it. And it was going to be a boss fight later on, but they were going to get like all the allies because they were only like 7th level. it was terrifyingly pathetic for me. Uh, most, if not all, of these campaigns, when you meet one, it results in you either running or your death. I like to use these sort of NPCs as final and intermediate bosses in epic campaigns. Seriously, imagine it facing off with Zariel, the fallen angel, Lord of the First, redeeming her, against which the other lords of the Nine, and then facing the consequences. In my campaigns, I want to make that a reality without having to just go with homebrew. Another argument I see is that level 20, in particular, or even levels 10 plus, 10 or higher, are impossible challenger players. I cannot disagree with that enough. I had a group of 5 20th level players, and they had a Planetary on their side, who were storming a building occupied by 8 Nagas and a bunch of other really weak creatures. The Nagas alone nearly killed the Angel and flattened the party 3 times over, because they were in a building. The Nagas went into a room like, yeah, follow us. And the Angel's like, I don't trust him. And like, okay, get him. Because the Angel had just recently been redeemed. They're like, okay, you do the hard lifting then, because this is your fault. So, when the Angel went through, it proceeded to get flattened by every single spell that they had prepared. It just got whapped. And then the Nagas start coming out and blasting the players with powerful spells. They're like, oh crap. And the players, like, seriously, a lot of players started running, and it really caused a lot of chaos. I mean, like, only the wizard and bard using their best spells managed to save their lives. Then, because I had planned this encounter beforehand, and it wasn't supposed to be a tough one, this was supposed to be an easy one. The next fight, the Yugoloths, was supposed to be the tough one. The Yugoloths entered, and they saw through the bard's incredible deception and nearly killed them again. This party was level 20 and had immensely powerful equipment that could probably defeat, like, the Tarask with little trouble. And I just flattened them with a few monsters and tactics. I wasn't even trying. I was trying to, like, give them a fun fight, and I nearly flattened them because they were just like brute force. You want to know what my point is? Tactics are important to high levels, or if you want, you could just throw a bunch of ancient dragons at them and overwhelm them with powerful monsters. Until then, just try not to start at levels 1 to 5 for every campaign. Try something new. If you know of a place where someone can find high level adventures that are kind of balanced or even vaguely balanced, please tell me. Because I've been running out of ideas recently. Thank you. That'll be all for now. Goodbye.